Before starting, may I present on behalf of the government and behalf of the people of Mauritius, my heartfelt condolences to all the family victims who had sadly passed away from the coronavirus. And I have a special tribute, a neighbor, a childhood friend, Dr. Bruno Chong. We are all saddened by his dismiss. And I would say, it's a huge loss to the whole community, and it will be always a reference to the whole community and example what a doctor should be. Mr. the Speaker, sir, my first words must be a tribute to all lockdown heroes, frontliners, NGOs, these brave soldiers on the ground, all the healthcare workers, police officers, fire rescue services, scavengers, food soldiers, and all these people working in essential services who are working hard day and night while we are staying home for them. While the country is facing the Covid-19 pandemic, of course, all these workers on the front line and supporting line or backliners will emerge as our heroes. While we are adhering to the movement, confinement at home, the frontliners are working hard, battling fatigue all for their beloved countries. Mr. the Speaker, sir, on behalf of the government and on behalf of the people of Mauritius, I also express my appreciation and thanks to all workers, irrespective of the sectors and location, adding that their roles and sacrifice contributed to the community and national development of our nation in these difficult times. Without dedicated workers, it is not possible for a company or organization to stand strong and succeed. Without a successful company or organization, it is not possible for them to contribute to the community or carry out corporate social responsibility. Mr. the Speaker, sir, as always, our thoughts are first and foremost with those life and health that are directly affected by the virus. There is a moment in our life where all of us, citizens, family members, public health experts and leaders, find ourselves deeply concerned about how the situation in our countries and communities is developing. What are the consequences of the short-term decisions that we are taking, and what are the long-term implications? What new world will we have created at the end of this journey? Mr. the Speaker, sir, setting politics aside, we need to work together so that people will receive help quickly and smoothly. I hope that all elected representatives in the opposition will work together with the government to look after the people's welfare, health and security. Our country needs the government and the opposition to be seen working together as one fighting the virus and its economic effect. Our health system is good, unlike other Western countries, where privatization and profit has led to the falling of national health system. Mr. the Speaker, sir, we must firstly work together to remove barriers to the response, support our health workforce, implement what we know is working. Our people want people to work together. They want politicians, they want leaders to work together to fight this virus, to fight this pandemic. I believe that the Prime Minister has announced some really strong measures that were welcomed by the whole nation and good positive signs noted among the population. Mr. the Speaker, sir, let me quote a recent speech attributed to the Ugandan President, Kaguta Museveni, who warns against people misbehaving during this COVID-19 period. In a war situation, nobody asks anyone to stay indoors. You stay indoors by choice. In fact, if you have a basement, you hide there for as long as hostilities persist. During a war, you don't insist on your freedom. You willingly give it up in exchange for survival. During a war, you don't complain of hunger. You bear hunger and pray that you live to eat again. During a war, you don't argue about opening your business. You close your shop. If you have the time and run for your life, you pray to outlive the war so that you can return to your business. that it has not been looted or destroyed by mortar or fire. During a war, you're thankful to God for seeing another day in the land of the living. During a war, you don't worry about your children not going to school. You pray that the government does not forcefully enlist them as soldiers to be trained in the school premises, now turned military depot. The world is currently in a state of war, a war without guns and bullets, a war without human soldiers, a war without borders, a war without ceasefire agreements, a war without a war room, a war without sacred zones. This army in this war is without mercy. It has no respect for children, women, or places of worship. Its only ambition has nothing to do with racial superiority. It is an invisible, fleet-looted, and restless, effective army. Its only agenda is a harvest of death. It is only saturated after turning the world into a big dead field. Its capacity to achieve its aim is not in doubt. Without ground, amphibious and aerial machine, it has bases in almost every country in this world. Its movement is not governed by any war, convention, or protocol. Mr. the Speaker, sir, in short, it is a law unto itself. It is a COVID-19. Thankfully, this army has a weakness, and it can be defeated. It only requires our collective action, discipline, and forbearance. COVID-19 cannot survive social and physical distancing. It only thrives when you comfort it. It loves to be confronted. It capitulates in the face of collective social and physical distancing. It bows before good personal hygiene. It is helpless when you take your destiny in your own hands by keeping them sanitized as often as possible. It is no time. We shall regain our freedom, enterprise, and socializing. Mr. the Speaker, sir, let's take the figures of the day. 0 new cases for several days. 0 active cases. 322 cases recorded in total. 322 remission. Unfortunately, 10 deaths. Over 25,000 PCR tests. Over 35,000 rapid tests on a population of 1.3 million. The ratio seems very correct, acceptable and better. We can only bow down to the Prime Minister and his team. Dear friend of the opposition, let's finally have the courage and the decency to say it. The government have lived up to the proof until proves the contrary. And that we were wrong to bet on something else. Let's be clear, the time for controversies is not on the agenda. Monsieur le Président, face à la pandémie Covid-19, au vu du monde, l'île Maurice semble être à la hauteur de l'enjeu, au point de dire que ce petit bout de rocher, à l'instar de la Corée du Sud ou de Singapour, réussit là où les grandes puissances de ce monde peinent. Certains parlent d'insularité protectrice, d'autres parlent de résilience, et mieux encore, d'une meilleure maturité politique. Soyons clairs, le temps des polémiques n'est pas à l'ordre du jour. Le 29 janvier, quelques jours après que les États-Unis et l'Europe ont confirmé le premier cas lié au voyage, et pourtant avant que l'OMS n'ait déclaré l'urgence, Maurice a annoncé des mesures de dépistage supplémentaires, y compris des mesures de la température corporelle pour les passagers à destination et en provenance de Chine. Il a été également mis en place un système accéléré pour le cas suspect afin de minimiser le contact avec les autres passagers et le personnel. Étant une petite île, on pourrait dire que Maurice avait l'avantage en matière de contrôle et de mise en quarantaine de chaque passager passant par son seul aéroport. Cependant, avant même cette pandémie, tous les passagers arrivants étaient tenus de signaler aux maux de gorge, de la fièvre, de la toux et d'autres symptômes. Le service de santé suivrait alors avec diligence les personnes présentant des symptômes. Maurice accueille environ 1,3 million de touristes par an et fait partie de 20 aéroports les plus fréquentés d'Afrique. Le contrôle des passagers n'est pas une mince affaire, mais lorsque l'économie est tellement dépendante du tourisme, cela a du sens sur le plan économique. En début mars, il n'y avait toujours aucun cas confirmé de Covid-19 à Maurice, alors que certains membres de l'opposition craignaient que le gouvernement ne dissimule la présence du virus. le gouvernement était prudent sans être alarmiste. Par exemple, les célébrations du 12 mars ont été annulées par mesure de précaution. On a commencé de l'eau à cibler les points chauds. Dès que la Corée du Sud, l'Iran et l'Italie ont commencé à montrer des signes d'épidémie, les visiteurs de ces pays n'ont pas été autorisés à pénétrer le sol mauricien. Les Mauriciens rentrant chez eux de ce pays ont été envoyés dans un centre de quarantaine de 14 jours, entièrement pris en charge par le gouvernement. L'annonce a été faite le 28 février, date à laquelle 24 individus ont été isolés. Rappelez-vous, c'est avant même qu'aucun cas n'ait été identifié sur le sol mauricien. Outre les restrictions de voyage, Maurice a imposé un couvre-feu national. Ceux qui pouvaient travailler à domicile étaient tenus de le faire. Si le travail à distance n'était pas possible, l'entreprise devait fermer, mais toujours payer les salaires de ses employés. Seules les entreprises essentielles sont désormais autorisées à rester ouvertes et tous ceux qui se rendent dans ces entreprises pour travailler doivent avoir un permis pour se déplacer. Monsieur le Président, tous les plans à Maurice n'étaient pas parfaits, mais le gouvernement s'est montré capable de s'adapter aux conditions changeantes. Lorsque le couvre-feu a provoqué une vague d'achats, de panique et de supermarchés bondés, le gouvernement a réagi en ordonnant à tous les supermarchés et boulangeries de fermer immédiatement. Le lendemain, un plan de livraison de colis alimentaires à ceux qui en avaient besoin a été annoncé. Comme toute démocratie qui fonctionne, les citoyens peuvent exprimer leur opinion. Certains désapprouvaient les mesures radicales mises en œuvre avant si peu d'avertissements, tandis que d'autres se plaignaient de la lenteur du pays. Pourtant, la majorité des gens ont répondu positivement à l'appel de la solidarité. Les entreprises mauriciennes et les représentants du gouvernement sont également proactifs pour aider. Les hôtels ont proposé leurs chambres pour des centres de quarantaine. Les ministres et les députés se sont engagés à verser 10% de leur salaire au secours. Une usine de lunettes de soleil convertie pour créer des écrans faciaux pour les travailleurs de première ligne. Les médecins ont volontairement fourni leur numéro de téléphone pour aider les patients et de problèmes mineurs, sans frais afin que le centre de santé puisse se concentrer sur les cas viraux. Monsieur le Président, en tout cas, au vu des résultats, le gouvernement, ces braves gens sur le terrain qui travaillent assidûment jour et nuit ont fait leur job. Mes chers amis de l'opposition, leur faire un procès d'intention là maintenant ne servira à rien. Ils ont été bons, acceptons-le dignement et humblement. Mr. Speaker, sir, even the BBC News has praised the Prime Minister, Honourable Pravin Kumar Jannat, for his leadership and exemplary measures put in place to contain the coronavirus global pandemic in Mauritius and the tremendous help to the nation. Whilst unfortunately some members of the other side of the House with bad faith and continuously trying to seek political gains from this pandemic, the BBC News has praised the Prime Minister for his leadership, measures put in place to contain the virus and the tremendous help to the nation. Monsieur le Président, quelques députés de l'opposition ont écrit au Premier ministre pour lui demander d'autoriser qu'on rouvre les mosquées de l'île le 10 derniers jours de Ramadan. C'est ouvertement exposé à un danger aux fidèles, leurs familles, leurs communautés, les autres communautés et en bref le pays. Je comprends la tentation de gagner la sympathie politique, mais en tant que croyant et yeah. Mr. Speaker, I just wanted to point out that in this state of pandemic, it is because in Arab Muslim world, the call of prayer in the Adhan, they were calling the call of prayer is stay at your home. And it was clearly mentioned, as I can mention it. Well, But it's not a sin. I just wanted to say it's not a sin. Mr. the Speaker, I just wanted to point out it's not a sin under these present circumstances to keep the doors of the mosque closed. Moreover, in Arab Muslim world, moreover, at the time of the Azan, I would say at the time of the Azan, they were calling Hayya as-Salat, which means come to prayer. But nowadays they are saying as-Salatu fi buyutikum, which means pray at home. That's the point I wanted to point out, Mr. Speaker, sir, because it is a sacred month of Ramadan, and we don't have to point out political gains against this. Mr. the Speaker, in a time of unprecedented crisis, where the world and the country is being attacked by an invisible enemy, we should be holding tight as a nation. Monsieur le Président, le gouvernement a mis sur pied un National Steering Committee pour planifier la reprise. Ce National Steering Committee comprend 4 sous-communautés, soit la sous-commission de l'éducation, de la santé et des questions sociales, la sous-commission du secteur public et de pouvoirs locaux, la sous-commission des questions de travail et des transports, la sous-commission des finances et des questions économiques. Mr. the Speaker, sir, the COVID-19 Amendment Bill takes into consideration all sectors. The Central Electricity Board Act is amended in Section 20A, and the Central Water Authority Act is amended in Section 21A, so that no surcharge shall be imposed and supply shall not be disconnected. The income tax is amended so that any individual who contributed to COVID-19 Solidarity Fund should be entitled to a tax deduction relief. Mr. Speaker, sir, where under an enactment, a person is required to follow CPD courses during a CPD year for a certain number of hours or to accumulate certain number of points for the purpose of continued registration or the right to practice his profession. He shall, on account of the COVID-19 period, be exempted of such requirement for the current CPD year. Mr. Speaker, sir, the value-added tax is amended in the 5th schedule so that below items are exempted: protective masks against dust, odors, and the like of other breathing appliances and gas masks, hand sanitizers. Mr. Speaker, sir, the Right Act 2019 is amended so that an employee may require any worker to work from home provided a notice of at least 48 hours is given to the worker. Monsieur le Président, at the time when COVID-19 is awaiting for us at the doorstep, it is important that each of us show solidarity and patriotism towards each other. If we combine our efforts, act with discipline, and remain united with our compatriots, we will certainly be able to fight the COVID-19. Mr. the Speaker, sir, unfortunately, there is no right solution to the global pandemic problem until we discover a vaccine and a cure. Until then, we must keep washing our hands, stay reasonable distance from people, cover the cough and sneeze, and stay at home. If you are not feeling good, if you can't get hand sanitizers, soap is very effective. Follow all the rules of laws put in place by the authorities to protect yourself and your loved ones, and keep trying to spend. It is vital to keep the wheels of the economy turning. Every time a rupee is spent, it helps keep a person in a job. Monsieur le Président, sur ce, je lance un appel patriotique d'unité aux membres de l'opposition. On a besoin de votre collaboration patriotique pour qu'on puisse continuer les différents projets d'avenir pour le pays en entier, laisser les différences de côté. Et je vais terminer en un seul mot, en disant bravo, bravo au Premier ministre pour les bonnes décisions prises, bravo aux différents ministères pour les différentes mesures implémentées, et bravo surtout aux soldats sur le front pour le travail colossal abattu, et aux milliers de tests qui démontrent que l'île Maurice gère la pandémie beaucoup mieux que d'autres pays. Et bravo à la communauté mauricienne d'avoir respecté les consignes. Let's keep it this way. And I will say let's work together to fight the COVID-19 and be safe, Mauritius. Mr. Speaker, sir, thank you.